I'm going to share a secret with you from my breakthrough coaching that can help you remove almost any sort of limitation of your life. I'm Rabbi Abe. Welcome. I'm going to share this secret with you. It's a secret that comes from the Torah, from the Bible, but we have to decode it in order to understand it. So please make sure you watch till the end of the video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. So, our biggest issue in life is we place limitations on ourselves without realizing that we're doing that. Now, the Kabbalah, the ancient mystical wisdom of the Torah, explains that the Creator's light is endless. It's an endless force. It has no limitation. What places limitation on this energy force in our life is us. We do not have the capacity to receive endlessly, and therefore it cannot give us endlessly. It gives us to the degree of our limited consciousness, our thoughts, and actions. So I want to share something with you from Genesis. Again, it's a code, but we will decodify it and understand how it works in our life. So in Genesis chapter 2 of Genesis, verse 19. Vayetzer Hashem Elokim min ha'adama kol chayat hasadeh v'chol of hashamayim vayaveh el ha'adam ma yikare lo. It says, God formed every wild beast and every kind of bird in heaven out of the ground. Vayaveh el ha'adam lirot ma yikare lo, v'chol asher yikra lo ha'adam nefesh chaya hu shemo. And he brought them to the man. Keep in mind, Adam means male and female, says the Zohar. Adam includes the male and female. He brought them to the man to see what he would name each one. Okay? He brought them to the man. The Creator brought every creature to the man to see what he would call them, what he would name them. V'chol asher yikra lo ha'adam nefesh chaya hu shemo. Unbelievable. Whatever the man called each thing, that was its name. Now that's the English, but in Hebrew, it's a little bit more significant. It says, Nefesh Chaya Hu Shemo. What he named it, it became. Nefesh Chaya, which represent two different dimensions of internal force that we call souls, but soul is different levels of spiritual force that are revealed through the body of an individual. Nefesh and Chaya. Nefesh Chaya Hu Shemo. The force took on the name that he gave it. Again, what does this mean? It became its name. So let's understand what that means, how it affects us in our life. Because when we give something a name, it becomes the name that we give it. You see, what the Kabbalists explain over here is that each one of us has the force of a creator. We are God. We are God-like, potentially, when we understand what we're doing. In fact, even if we don't understand what we're doing, we still have the power of creation. The thing is, we have the power, potentially, to create good or bad. Let's look at it this way. When we call something a name, we give it a name, we are extending part of our energy, part of our consciousness, part of our soul, which is a connection to the creative power, the godly power, which is within the soul, and we are assigning what we call a vessel to that. So, for Adam, when he called the cow a cow, the name cow became cow. If he called a bird, it became that. It became a bird. If he called this thing a banana, it became a banana. And whatever that means. So, let's understand the significance of this. Let's say we are Adam, because we are all part of Adam. And we have this force within us which has the power of creation. Do we give things names with our consciousness? All the time. Of course we do. We call someone stupid. What do? We assign a particular energy on that individual. Now, that doesn't mean that they are stupid, but what it does mean is they will appear to us as whatever we call stupid. When we judge someone, we are giving them a name. That does not mean that they become that name, but they do become that for me. We name ourselves. And this is the concept that I want to speak to you about in this video. We call it limited framing. Limited framing. What does that mean? Well, let's say I would like to accomplish something, okay? I would like to accomplish something in work or in business, but it will require me to maybe create videos, maybe to public speak. Now, that's not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, because chances are maybe you even had an experience when you were a child doing a play in school or whatever. Maybe it didn't work out that well. Or maybe you're just plain shy, embarrassed. So what do you say about yourself? I don't speak well. I'm not a speaker. I don't know how to do that. I'm a bad speaker. So what have you done? You created, by your words and your energy, your consciousness, your godly created force, you assigned a name, a frame, a limited frame on yourself. What was it? Bad speaker. What you've done, without realizing it, is created out of yourself a bad speaker. Now, maybe you never had the opportunity. Maybe you actually did speak poorly in 6th grade. How long ago was that? Did you have an opportunity to do it again? Or did you already assign yourself a limited framework? You see, we do this all the time. When we say, oh, I'm not good at that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not technical. I don't do well with this food. Now, again, you may have had an adverse situation. But please, do not assign yourself a permanency and create a limited framework. Why? Because you will reduce the ability of the creator force, the endless force, to reveal itself in an endless way in your life, in that thing especially. And the same thing happens unconsciously with our earnings. Think about it. When we've earned a certain amount of money, let's say for a year or two, it's enough to build a habit, a mental framework of what? This is how much I'm worth. How much do you think you're worth? What's the value of you? Can anyone put a value? Now, of course, we know the answer. Oh no, I have an unlimited value. Really? But what do you really believe? If you're only getting paid $50 a week, then you will not be able to help put yourself in a framework that says, I'm worth $50 a week. So once you put yourself in that framework, how do you get out of it? Why would you earn more than that? You wouldn't. So, again, the first step here is to become aware. And again, this is an exercise I do in my coaching with people, is to take a look and examine. We must become very aware every day when we place ourselves, when we find ourselves saying, I'm not good at this. I don't know how to do this. I'm bad at that. I'm not for this. Again, we have to watch our words. Words become energy, forces. They carry the energy. Remember, they carry the energy of creation. They carry a godly force. But, the Creator will create anything that we determine when we have enough consciousness about it. So, again, the beginning of removing those limited frameworks that we put ourselves in and removing limitation from our life is how? Reversing it. Reversing it. The first step to reversing limited frameworks is using the opposite force. A creative instead of limiting framework. A creative framework. Replace a limited framework with a expanded framework. How? I don't know how to speak, but I know that I'm perfectly capable of channeling creative energy through myself. I can be an amazing speaker with the Creator's help, with the help of my soul, which is a connection to the Creator. I may not be so technical at the moment, but I know I can easily learn how to work Microsoft Word or PowerPoint or whatever without putting ourselves into a framework with the help of my soul, with the help of the divine energy that I have within me. I can expand my framework rather than limiting it. Now, of course, logistically that needs to fit. That doesn't mean that everyone needs to speak and everyone needs to become technical and everyone. But certainly the things that you need to do, that you must do in your life, that you realize are holding you back and you're wishing, I wish I could do this, but I'm bad at this. No. Stop wishing. Have certainty that the creative force within you can create and open up, expand the limited framework that you yourself placed yourself in, and you can absolutely, without a question, you can remove those limitations from your life. And you would be amazed at the results. And it doesn't take a lot of time, because it's just a matter of understanding that the force that's within us doesn't have those limitations. Yes, it's true, we place them there, we put them on ourselves. Our words have power, but our words have power in the other direction as well, to not only create, but to expand the creative force that we all have innately, to be able to do way beyond whatever we thought our limitations were. If you have questions or comments about this, please put them in the comment section. I will do my best to answer your questions. Anyone who's interested in a 30-minute free consultation, I'm still offering that at least till the end of this month. Be blessed. Remember to give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next video. All the best.